Alright, for Disney Plus Day, Marvel released some teasers, trailers, whatever you want to call them, for a bunch of their upcoming TV series. First off, Marvel drops first Moon Knight teaser starring Oscar Isaac. I think this series could be kind of cool. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I think it'll be good. 'Cause I like Oscar Isaac. He's a good actor. It's hard to say how much they'll really get into bullshit, woke politics and all that stuff. They most likely won't, but I also like Ethan Hawke. He's in there. This is from CNET.com. The series is going to consist of 6 40 to 50-minute episodes. Will premiere next year. He's a crime-fighting former U.S. Marine with dissociative identity disorder who becomes a conduit for Egyptian moon god Khonshu or whatever. But anyway, but yeah, I won't show you the trailer or nothing or teaser or whatever. It looks pretty good. I mean, like I said, it's hard to say because a lot of times a trailer for a movie could be good and the movie's shit. But anyway, I think this one is probably the best out of all of them. I think that they showed, just because it's like, well, I think it's got the least chance of being shit, basically. Anyway, here's a story from Bounding the Comics. Another teaser they talked about was Ms. Marvel. Uh, because they talked about it. And the article was they bank on identity politics in first teaser for the Ms. Marvel Disney Plus series, and specifically the purpose. Here's some of the stuff and everything. It's the trailer itself looks okay. It's got images. It's like I said, it's always hard to say when it comes to a series like this, or just teasers or whatever, because it doesn't give you a true sense of the show. I mean, it kind of does, but it doesn't at the same time. But the part that they take issue with, and here's 4 ominous figures standing amongst a cloud of smoke. And he talks about the imagery of the trailer is not in and of itself based on identity politics because it's part of who she is. It's that some of the narration from her. At one point she's telling this kid, her friend, it's not really the brown girls from Jersey City who saved the world. And then he says, maybe now they do. There she is right there. Yeah, I don't know much about that outfit, but at the same time, it's supposed to be kind of, like cheesy, I guess, or whatever. Because she's not like a hero yet. And then they talk about how Steve Rogers, Bucky, Spider-Man were all raised in underprivileged New York homes before finding themselves in positions where they could serve as heroes. This one, honestly, is probably going to be the most shit. Just because, for one, I'm not a fan of Ms. Marvel because of her powers. We'll see what they do with that. Because there's rumors that they're going to make her more energy-based and all that kind of stuff, rather than making her with the big honking Mr. Fantastic style hand and all that shit. But just because of the whole, they're going to really lean into the whole brown girl, Muslim, oh, I'm so oppressed and shit. Yeah, it's like, I'm not interested in that. The other one is a SheHulk series, which, I mean, it's hard to say from just the little teaser that they showed. Because me personally, I'm not at all interested in some bullshit, oh, she's a super-powered green Ally McBeal, comedy type series. I'm not interested in that shit. I want a more dramatic, interpretation of the character. I'm not a fan of the whole breaking the fourth wall. Yeah, I mean, it can work, but to me, it's like when you got a Hulk-style character, I want it to be serious. I want the savage She-Hulk. That's just my personal opinion. I have friends who like, kind of it all, so to speak, the sensational and the savage. I'm not saying like the actual, the way that they did the She-Hulk recently, where she looked all mannish and shit. But there's a little part of the trailer and stuff, and they're down here. I'm not a fan of that. This monstrous looking She-Hulk. The only time I would be okay with that is if like she were really exerting herself and trying to use the full extent of her strength to do something. And even then I'd still be, I don't know about that. But anyway, it's gonna have the Abomination in it. Mark Ruffalo's Hulk will be in there for a little bit. It might be good, but it'll be a comedy series, which follows Jennifer, a lawyer who specializes in superhuman-oriented legal cases. That sounds boring as shit to me. But at the same time, it's different. Some people might like it, so I mean, we'll see. Not a big fan of like who they have, in charge of the show. A bunch of man-haters, but, whatever. Then finally, Disney announces several new Marvel animated series, including X-Men, the animated series continuation. They got another season of What If, yeah, whatever. What If's okay, I suppose. I'm not a fan myself, but, Spider-Man freshman year, it's it's hard to say, because, like, wow, I mean, I guess it could be mildly interesting, but I don't see why you do a whole series about it, but whatever. I Am Groot, a series of original shorts exploring Baby Groot's glory days growing up. Okay, that could be, that could be fun, I suppose. I mean, if you're really into that, because I know a lot of people think Groot is cute. And I think, I agree. I mean, Baby Groot is really cute and stuff. So, okay, let's see. Marvel Zombies, I just put that under the what if stuff. Like it reimagines the Marvel Universe as a new generation of heroes battling against an ever-spreading zombie scourge. Like, just put that with the what if. X-Men '97, a continuation of the iconic '90s, series. Okay, I mean, you're setting yourself up though, because people are gonna have these super high expectations, and you're probably not gonna be able to meet it. Okay. Um, and here it says, the Marvel Zombies spinning out of the concepts given debut in the first season of What If, but it's still one of those things where it's like, does it need to be its own thing? I mean, I guess, but I don't, no concrete release dates or casting details. You know, Me personally, I I just look at it like that. Like I said, I think you're just with X-Men '97 specifically, you're setting yourself up for disappointment because it's not going to be able to match people's expectations. It's not going, people are going to be expecting greatness. They're going to be expecting a 10, and even if it's a 9, which I don't think so, but we'll see. I mean, I keep an open mind. But even if it's a 9, they'll be disappointed. Because people look at the X-Men, the '90s X-Men series is like the crown jewel, the shining beacon of all the animated superhero shows. But we'll see. Uh, Keep your expectations in check is what I usually do. I keep them low. That way I can't be disappointed. I can be pleasantly surprised if it's really good. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I went 7.5 minutes longer than I was expecting. But anyway, thank you very much for watching and have a good one.